Alright, this intro video to affordable RC models is mostly going to be about WPL and a couple other brands probably. But the reason I've chosen WPL is because they are probably without a doubt the most affordable RC model you can get on the market today, with a variety of different models, and their DIY kits out there are very popular, and their new innovative mods and stuff that they've came up with are pretty good. And they also have a line of new trucks that are coming out that are pretty interesting, like this military Russian truck is pretty cool, and I'll probably have to get one eventually. But another competing brand that's just coming out on the market is this JJRC with their Q60 Transporter 1 military truck, dating back from World War II to like Korean War, and they probably used it for a little bit after that, but during Vietnam they changed it up to the Deuce. And another model here that's pretty cool that they have is their little crawlers. They have a line of them that are 1/16 and 1/14 scale that are pretty interesting. But the reason why I like WPL is they have the realistic drivetrain, and the JJRC has the limited slip differential, which is pretty cool for turning sharp. But I kind of like this suspension from the WPL because it's similar to JJRC, but the WPL is full locked rear ends. You know, they're posi track, and these ones are limited slip. But both brands have metal chassis, which is a pretty good feature. Here's the upgrade motor that both models use, and that has the metal drive lines you can see there. That's probably the best ones to use. There's the original motor with the plastic drive lines and the stock steering servo, and the upgrade WPL servo. And there's the N20 upgrade motor that I like. It works pretty good. And there's available aftermarket motor mounts for them. I made my own homemade ones. This is probably the best one, the 2-speed transmission box there. Yeah, that's probably the way to go. It's cheaper than getting dual motors because good dual motors cost more, and you want to have full metal drivetrain because them are pretty tough. This is the recommended drive lines that I recommend because they last longer, they're less vibrating, and if you want to go full metal drivetrain, that's the way to go. And you also got the options of this on the internet. You can find full metal transmissions and full metal differentials, and also links for your suspension. You can basically make this truck all metal if you wanted to, but there's affordable links out there that have plastic on there. You can also find a variety of different metal rims out there, and 1/10 scale electric winches work pretty good. I've been using this FlySky GT3B remote on most of my trucks, but I recently found this. There are several different aftermarket transmitters that you can use for these that are specifically for WPL. You can go with these proportional systems, or you can go with the original transmitter if you're doing a kit version. So when it comes to RC models and customizing them, you're going to need supplies. There's going to be a variety of them. In this video, I'm going to give you guys an idea of the supplies you're going to need to modify your own vehicles and customize them your own way, because nobody knows what you like more than you. So I hope to inspire you guys to come up with new and innovative ideas, and I'd like to show you kind of how I've done it and some of the supplies I used to do it, because between wet slide stickers, painting, and welding things, there's a lot of things out there that can be done to make the job work, and you kind of gotta go above and beyond sometimes just to make a project work. And that's just the way innovation is. And with today's internet, you can find and learn just about anything you want to. So if you're interested in fully functional RCs in this channel, I will do my best to show you guys what I did to customize and make them function and buy accessories, because An RC model is hardly a model without its full accessories, because the little things is what counts. And sometimes you can buy accessories, sometimes you have to make your own accessories. It's just the way it works. When it comes to building models, the sky really is the limit, because it's your imagination that puts everything together. And you're going to need tools and supplies. And there's a variety of paints that are available, glues. You're gonna need paint brushes, color pins, and here's what everybody's probably mostly interested in, is the electronic side, the soldering. There's many different ways you can solder, and there's a lot of different supplies out there you can get for the job, like these portable ones and this gas one for soldering. And if you want to go really extreme, you can get a unit like this, and you can go all out on your soldering geekiness. But I think that's a bit much. I think just a regular 60-watt soldering iron would just do fine. One of these soldering pins. You're gonna need solder, so there's all kinds of solder. People like to use the rosin core, or they can buy their own rosin flux and do that separate. There's just many different ways. I like to use this rosin core stuff. And if you don't want to use lead solder, you can get the lead-free solder that's available out there, or you can just go with the good old-fashioned lead solder that works pretty easily. It works really good. You're gonna need wire. I've been using 18 gauge for these models, but certain things use different gauge, and we'll have to get to that on our next video. And just little supplies. You're gonna need drills and something to sand, stuff like that. And I'm just gonna show you what I've been using, my little portable kit that I take out in the field when I'm out there in case I need to do something to a model, because sometimes that happens. Here's some more supplies you might want to take out there too in the field, like the zip ties. Probably won't need the paint brushes or anything, but that's some of the stuff I use to do these modifications, and some of the supplies I use. You will need some heat shrink wrap if you don't want to use tape to cover your wires, and then you'll get a supply of paint for various things that you might need to do. There's several kinds that I've been using. You don't need to buy model paint, because some model paint's expensive, and some of this Walmart and hardware store paint will work just fine, and it's more affordable. But you just got to be careful and get the paint that will bond to plastic. Some won't. It's the final touches that really bring a model together. Those little things. You can add interior decorations, like your visors. You can lower your dash to a realistic level. Add passengers. And I also recommend that you guys record your stuff, because it's like your own little video you can make for yourself, or put it on the internet so people can see and share. So here's some of the supplies I've been using to record my videos. Alright, thanks for watching this video, guys. So stay tuned for the second part, where we'll be discussing more electronics, and I will get into actually wiring some stuff up for you guys to get a good idea.